So pick 3 moments in your life that you decided to use in ways to invalidate your existence. Your right to be there. The fact that you're here but always uncertain, checking your back, I might be aggressed, or maybe someone are talking in your back. Okay? Something could happen wrong and you're always worried, oh yeah, you met that person? What do they think of me? You know, what causes you to ask, what do they think about me? You know, you have this little pressure to breathe. There's abandonment in there. Huh? What do they think about me? You should find 3 juicy events in your life where, yeah, your existence was trialed. Why? Because you decided to project your love outside, your faith outside, and your existence has to be validated by others. Huh? Doesn't mean to act like a fool and not care what others think. It means to act with compassion and not care what others think. The only reason why you should think what other people, the only reason you should care about what other people think is to guide them better or interact better with them in a more compassionate and peaceful manner. Okay. If you know someone is angry at you, then you know not to piss them off and respect them and say, hey, if I've done something that angers you, I want to know. But I'm okay if you're angry. You have the right to. You know, it doesn't change, it doesn't invalidate my experience. You know? But the thing is, usually when someone's angry at you right now, it invalidates you. You feel not valid. You feel inappropriate. When someone's angry at you right now, usually, you feel like, what? I have the right to exist. You know, there's something fundamental, deeper than the top surface arguments that goes to, do I really have the right to exist? Why is my existence challenged? Why is my place challenged? Why is my position or my authority or my rights challenged by someone angry at me? Or someone gossiping? Or someone being violent? Huh? So find it. Find it inside that place where you would use anything to invalidate yourself. And it becomes very hard to give you a place of your own, to exist on this earth, to just, okay, I'm here. That's just that. Okay. And a little comment a la Gandalf that I like to use. A mage is never late or in advance. He arrives at the moment he arrives. Regardless if it was the appointed time or not. Okay? We can still call it late or in advance, but what I mean is, how much does it affect you? Let's say you're late at a meeting. Immediately you feel that you're out of place. Huh? It doesn't mean you have to be late for a meeting and not care. It means you should be on time out of compassion for others, not out of fear of not existing. Be on time, behave in a responsible way, but look how much these little events challenge your existentiality, your there-ness, you know, of being, I'm just here. I'm sorry guys, I just arrived. And the topic, you know. That pressure that you hold inside, all I'm doing is taking those examples. You see, look at that, look at this, consider that. How much it troubles your full incarnate state of being, your holy presence now. Because you allow everything around you to validate or invalidate your existentiality. Okay? That's a very important aspect to think about in the Rishi Naya. Faith is, I'm just here now. Okay. You can take notes as much as you want on this one. Or not, you're free. How about another one? When you start to fight to have your place. Again, if it's your right to have a place, legally, or it's morally acceptable for you to have a place, you have the right to require it or to act in function of you having this place. I'm saying when someone challenges your place by taking your place at the table, by insulting you, by having different opinions, look at how much energy you start to invest at protecting your place. Like if someone could actually take it away. Did you ever have this feeling? Someone's going to take away my place? How? You're going to strip it out of your soul? With which tool? Do you understand? This feeling of if people do something, if people decide to be in advance, when you wait in line, if someone cuts you, gets in line in front of you, what does it cost you? Hey, wait and turn. You know, that was my place. No, it wasn't. It's a line. It's not your place. Your place is right there. Regardless how much people is in front or behind you. It's not your place in line. Your place is just there. It happens to be many people in the line. But look how much you give power to this line thing. Which is okay, you should. Because it's a good compassionate system to get everyone as they arrive. First come, first serve, for example. So out of compassion, we respect the line thing. But when the line work is hindered, when the principles in society of first arrive, first serve is hindered or challenged, look at the responses. Do you think you have response? Are you bored when you have to wait in line for a long time? Are you bored? Are you aggressed? No one's validating you exist now. You're just waiting. You're just temporary, non-existential until I'm the one in front of the doctor. I'm the one in front of the movie ticket cashier. I'm the one who, until then you're invalid. So, everyone here is an invalid being. Whatever that means. Now, if the wording evokes something, feel it. That is for sure, I agree. You are not valid beings. Absolutely not. And you are not invalid beings either. Validity of your right to exist or what you are, all of that is just a big dream. Now we're talking about the illusion. Now we're talking about dream state. The idea that you have of you regarding everyone else. And how much that environment is charged with the power to validate your existence. I exist. So keep digging for these emotions. I'm just continuing to give ideas. I'm going to give more to the meeting. Now you're in a meeting, business meeting. And you feel the tension growing by people who need to fight for their place. How much does it affect you when someone starts to fight for their own place? Maybe you're the kind that feels they don't need to fight for their place. It's okay. I'm going to take it just as it is. But I'm aggressed because they fight for their place. Or maybe they fight for their place. So what you do is, hey, I'm going to fight too. We see who's winning. Alpha and Beta and Omega wolves in a meeting room. All this validation thing, it's immense. It's really in everything in your life. This entire concept of you regarding everything else. That sustains separation. That is not oneness. That is hoping to be loved. That is hoping to be cared for. That is wanting others to bring you resources. And of course, it will cause suffering. Because they won't. No one will tell you that you are right. It will not happen. So how much power is stuck inside you hoping that people around you tell you that you're okay, that you're right? They won't tell you you're right. You're wrong. You have the wrong hair color. Huh? You have the wrong gender preference. You have the wrong handicap. The wrong amount of hair on your skin. The wrong pants. No. I know it's harder with lovers and family. It's easier with friends, even easier with the common people. Why do you insult me? Go hinder yourself somewhere else. No. I can't always say the F word. It has to be creative. I hope this is awakening enough just to cause the tremors. Does it cause the tremors inside? The little shaking? Okay, what's going on? And Jose goes, no tremors. What are you talking about? That's good, that's good. All right. This idea of that tremendous pressure of separation inside, wanting everything else than you to do the effort of standing still in your own right as a divine act of God. Okay? You're a divine act of God, you're a divine being, you're holy in nature, in essence. And then you've got all the unholy crap around you encasing you in some kind of fortress. And you're stuck away from the truth while you expect anything else to validate your existence. Let's say you play with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, okay? You're playing with your lover. You can do that because it's fun. But when the lover's not available, look how screwed up it turns you into. How it affects you, how, ouch, it's like if I was not validated by that hero, that replacement mother, that Prince Charming, whatever character you put on your lovers. We always put characters on our lovers, that's how it works. It's a very good transaction. I say women should always behave like replacement mothers. That's the best way a woman could act with a man. That's great, I love that. And stop bitching about it. And men should always act like Prince Charming because this is what a woman wants. Just give yourself what you need, okay? And then the man should not say, I'm not your Prince Charming, I'm just another guy. And the woman says, I'm not your mother. Well, you try harder. Okay? You want to be in a relationship? How dare you treat me like if I was your mother? Well, you see, in a love relationship, that's what I expect. What's wrong in that? If you don't want to be it, okay, I won't be your Prince Charming. It's okay. It's a business transaction. I'm going to take on the role I need to take for you to love me. It's okay. All right? That's good. So what's all the pride about it? Okay, so look at yourself in this scenario of the love relationship. Okay? How much the character of the other is meant to validate you, and how much power you give it. Okay? And then when you don't have your role, when you don't have the lover in the way you want it, how it affects you. It's okay. I mean, if at one point you're not satisfied in a relationship, you drop it. If the other is not bringing you some kind of satisfaction, it's okay. I'm in favor of that. Nonetheless, look how invalid it makes you feel. The intensity of the pain of the heartbreak, or the anguish, or the distress when you're with lovers affects you in function of how much you want the lover to validate that you exist. Like the guy brings you what he can, but if 2-3 weeks in a row he doesn't pay attention enough, he acts like if I did not exist. No, he's not. But you've thought that, girls? He acts like if I did not exist. Maybe the guys thought it about their women or their lover. No, the other does not like if you did not exist. That is not the truth. They exist, and you have to pick yourself up. Then you want to have fun with the lover, you communicate. Hey, I want to have fun with you. That's it. You understand? You, as human, are putting so much pressure on other humans to support, to entertain your validity. Like if your expiration date was getting closer and you need someone else to, put another stuck here. Okay, you're good for another 2 weeks before you cease existing, you know. If you want to have fun with someone, you do it. And you're fully in your place and the other's fully in their place. And as lovers, you find a way to enjoy. And you don't stop being a full and complete being when the lover is not there to continue that validation. To understand that, to breathe. Go get it. That's hard, eh? To be fully autonomous, fully ourselves, that's hard. We want the others to validate, don't we? It's fun. Imagine when it hurts. Let's say you want me to go to your place and eat with you and I won't. Okay? Because a lot of people feel the experience of love with me, a master-disciple level of love, but love nonetheless. And I confirm, no, I'm not going to go eat with you. I chose someone else. What happens in your mind, eh, Suhi? They're better than me. I'm invalid. He doesn't look. What is this bullshit? I won't eat with 70 people each time. It just doesn't work. I need a break. So I take 3 people with me that doesn't need my validation. So I can disconnect and have fun. So of course, while you need my validation, I will not validate you because it pisses me off. When you have your own validation, I'll say, hey, want to come eat? Oh, that's cool. I get to eat with Maha. Period. You will not exist more because you have my attention. You know, it's just an example. Because you throw on me what you would like your parents to have done in the past. What your lover you would like your lover to have done, the way of paying attention, what the society would like. You want society to save you, you know, you want society to be the one that gives you an existence. If society can bring you something and you have the right, you're entitled to, you just take it. Because you're entitled to legally, we all agree you should. I'm taking Grace and William, for example, who get a bit of support from society because he have weird legs. If anyone has seen this guy's legs, I mean, you understand this guy has a mobility situation, which brought him to frustration, and then whenever he gets a job, he starts insulting people anyway because he can't hold the anger inside, so he loses a job. So government said, oh, okay, he's invalid in various ways. Invalid. You understand? So then it's okay for him to get that help. Why? Because, well, he was born, and no one here would like to have his condition. Okay? So please be happy to pay your income taxes so we get more of that help from the government, which is very wise and very kind of us all. Still, how does he feel about it? Invalid? Invalid? That's a problem. To survive, to eat every day, just do what you can legally to get the money. That's okay. You get little coupons to eat, so it's good. But don't wait for the system to validate your existence. Just, okay, so this is how I am right now. This is how it is. And I exist fully in that state. As that person. And don't expect anything from the outside in terms of existential validity. Okay? Your boss doesn't give you a paycheck to confirm that you exist. Gives you a paycheck because you work to get it. It's an exchange. Okay? If your boss acts like if he didn't respect you, that's because you want to have validation from someone who doesn't have to give you. He has to give you money for the work. Stop wanting to be loved by your boss. Like if it was a parent. You always do that. Oh, my boss was rude with me. No, he just gave you instructions. The format that he took doesn't matter. He gave you instructions. Your job is to do it. You're free. If you don't do him, he's not going to pay you. It's a business. So you see the relationship, the way you humanize a lot the relationship at work. Of course, at work it's good to have good human relationship. Of course it's fun to have a nice contact with the hierarchy or the people you work with. But when it's not a nice contact, why does it affect you? Why do you care? Your job should not be a place where you are validated. It's a place where you earn money and you feel useful. Your validation should come from your own observation. Every day, I've done another day's work, and I feel that I've contributed to something or someone else's well-being. Namely, not only your boss, but everyone who will purchase a product at that business, so you've been collectively useful in society. Just say thank you. That's it. Instead of looking for validation again from the outside, and always from the outside. Good. Focus on that. It's important. Stay focused on the feeling. Huh? Not necessarily profound, death-threatening integration, but feeling. How important do you think you are? If you think, I'm important, you're wrong. And if you think, oh, I'm not important, you're wrong. If you have any kind of thinking or mindset regarding your importance, you're wrong. Because you're nourishing a system of comparison with others, an ego to another ego. Am I important? Well, usually to be important is always followed by, am I important to someone else or something else? There's no feeling of importance when there's no one else implied. There's no importance because importance implies comparison to other people according to their level of importance. Okay? So importance does not exist. So what's your place? That's the question. What's your place? Breathe. And now contemplate. What is your place? What is that place? Where do you live? Wherever you are right now, this is your place. This is where you are. Now we were, since the beginning, contemplating what challenges your existence. Now we're going to contemplate what is your existence? What is your place? And if there's emotion rising, just look at them and feel and integrate. Okay? Your place is right here, right now. Where do you live? Are you afraid sometimes that you won't have a place to live? Huh? Where do you live? You're in your body. This is where you live. You live in your body. It's the only place you've ever lived in your life. You've never lived in a home. You just put your body in a home to keep it comfortable, but you never lived in that home. You never lived in an apartment or a place of your own. You never had that. There are houses, it's like man-made caverns that are meant to keep you comfortable. But this is now where you live. You live in your body. What is your place? Your place is right there. This is where you are. Contemplate that. If you would not have a place to live right now, would you be lost? Probably. Except if you lived on the street a bit, you don't understand what I mean. It's okay. I lived on the street just a few days. I was begging on the street for many months. So I understand that dynamic. I do understand it. The trial we have, the fear of what am I going to do in life? What's going to happen? That's outside of you. Of course you have to take care of it so you can keep this house alive. This one. The real one. Your body. This is where you live. Your body is your place. Your immediate environment where you are, this is your place. Now, if you're at your friend's house, it's not your house in the property sense, but it's your place in terms of he allowed you in. So that the place where you are is exactly where you are. It's right there. It's very objective and right here and now. This is your place. So breathe and try to feel that. My place is here and now. My place is just that experience right now. Shraddha is faith. Shraddha is a Sanskrit word for faith. Okay? In Bija explanation, Shra, it's the SH of the Shiva, of the Shanti, it's the producing, or get to, or make sure this happens, okay? Ra, so that's definition, okay? Shraddha, Shra, okay, is to define. Ra is a definition. Shra is to manifest the definition or to define. D is a place or a shape or a form. So Shraddha is to define your place. That is faith in the holy way. To know through an experience that you have created for yourself that place here. DDHA, actually it's one letter of the Sanskrit. It's the strong expressive D, okay? Da is Dharma. Okay, it's the DH of Dharma. It's also the DH of Buddha. Okay? It's not exactly the same letter, but we get Da in it. Okay? There's Deha, DH of Deha, the body. Okay? So that DDHA is one system of sound, Da, which is a I'm here, a confirmation of place, of existence, of form, and Dharma also. Okay? In the word Dharma, it's not a strong D, but you get a DH in the word. Okay? Da is the manifested Dharma experience here and now. It's your position in existence. Okay? It's your form. It's your locality. Shraddha is to define it. Not to define it in your head, but to produce yourself a state of being. That's faith. Faith is that. I'm just here now and everything is fine. It's to have an existence purely of your own with no other validation than the one that you've caused for yourself, which is God. Your faith, that is your place. So, faith is your place. Wondering what is your place in the world? Faith is your place. So when you have no faith, you have no place. And your right to exist, faith is your right to exist. And when you have no place, when you have no right to exist, there's an absence of faith. Faith is not a foolish, wishful thinking that everything will be alright. No. Faith is a feeling of being in charge of what's going on. Shraddha. Faith is to know you're in charge. Not arrogance of I'm in charge, I'm going to prove it to you and punch it in your face as strong as it requires for you to get it. That's violence. Okay? We don't want the violence of I'm in charge, sit down and listen to the guy in charge. No, that's violence. It's the personal, existential in charge. The feeling, and it's not a thought, it's not a higher thinking thing. It's a feeling that you are in charge of your life, that you care for your life, that you're the one defining what you are, and that nothing will ever tell you if you exist, or if you are loved, or if you have the right to do something or not. Just feel it. Shraddha. So you contemplate Shraddha. And if you want to combine it to a chakra, let's take the entire base, not just the base chakra, but the entire base of the body, inclusively, of course. there is the base chakra. And you sit there, but it's not just the base chakra, it's the entire you sitting at the base of you. Shraddha. This is the right to exist. Faith. It's okay. I'm just what I am. And where and how doesn't matter. I'm just here now. That's what happens. So it's, I'm here, I'm now, and I am as I am. Now, when you say, I am just as I am, don't go stubborn. I am just as I am, you have to accept me, I won't change it, and boom, project again in the idea they have to take you as that you are. That's not it. I am as I am. Nothing else matters. What others will think. I am as I am. I don't need to be accepted by others. I am as I am. I don't need to be in a better place right now. I can if I want, it's okay. Shraddha, base of existence. I am just as I am. This is how I am defined right now, okay. Enough with the fighting. Enough with the outside validation. And if there's a lot of loneliness, well, we'll take care of it. And then there will be friends, and then we'll play with other people. But others will never validate your existence. And if you're okay, if you're too crazy for them, or too handicapped, or too fat, or not rich enough, all this stuff. Usually I say to just joke around. If you wonder what people think of you, don't worry. They're so busy wondering what you think of them that they don't really care. They don't really pay attention to what they think of you anyway, okay? It doesn't really matter. So try to get to this point of sacred incarnation, of simplicity. Now, faith is simple. If you take Shraddha as a violent work of battle, I'm here, I'm there. Now, if you just, right now I'm doing it in tense and it's still peaceful in my perspective. Let me change that. If you use Shraddha in the establishment of your right to exist in any way that involves someone else, I'm here, don't bug me, you're wrong. You missed it. You're not at peace just being here and letting go of outside interaction. You know? So if that Shraddha experience gives you the illusionary dreaming that people do not have the right to judge you anymore, it means you still didn't get it. When you get the Shraddha experience, you don't care if there is judgment. You don't care. Shraddha, it's just as it is. Okay. Who cares what others think? What could it change? Nothing. Because you never existed more or less depending on what other thinks about you. It never happened. You never existed more or less if you were rejected by a lover, a parent, or a child. It never changed the fact that you're just here and there now. So that power of validation you throw to others is the mistake we do as an ego. We do Shraddha, for example, and even then we have the reflex, Shraddha, I'm here and now. Someone comes in, hey, you don't have the right to affect me. Well, why did you need to confirm or to say it? If they don't affect you, they don't. Regardless if they freak out or not after you, or, you know. It's very important for you to get this, okay? Shraddha. We contemplate that. Okay, breathe. Existing solely for the purpose of existing, being there simply as you are. And that is extremely simple. that will not suffice in terms of therapy, but it will at least reveal you the potential energies and consciousness inside you, the potential masses of emotion, of reactions, of systems of defense. Practicing Shraddha will reveal everything inside you that is not conformed to faith, that is still trying to fight to get that attention, that validation by others. I would take, for example, José, Denis, and Mario when they were traveling and picking on each other, just for fun, but still that entire thing of, who affects who, and you did this, and everyone was just teasing about, and it was filled with projection. And it's okay. It affected people. So to get to that unaffected mind up here, you need to be sitting in your place right here. You have to be there. And that's how you feel the heavy presence of someone who has a place. And then you are weak. You go, ooh, I'm affected because that person is, very incarnate, very present. And I'm afraid to take some space around that person. When people are powerful, you're afraid of just walking around them. They affect you, they look at you and, what's he thinking of me? Well, that's the point. Just go in that state yourself. Not affecting others, not pissing off people. People will react to your faith. People will react to your there-ness, your presence-ness. Okay? It's normal, it's okay, accept it. Have compassion, have the entire peace, forgiveness, compassion, gratitude, and mindfulness, so that your faith will help people feel comfortable with you. Oh, I feel His presence. It's comforting. It's reassuring. Instead of, I feel this presence guy, he's taking a lot of place, and then we get defensive. You want people to feel your presence is something beneficial for them. So you need to get that Rishi Naya state of being just flow. Alright?